Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your September 16th to the 30th, 2020 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you would like to know about the cards that I am using, they are all located in the description box below. So before we begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it becomes comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Feeling yourself become calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. Now let's see what the tarot has to say. Gemini, September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Gemini. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Gemini. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly. Fantastic. And I am using the new Tarot of the Divine. It has just come out and it's very exciting. Every single card is a new folklore, fairy tale, mythology, has a new depiction on it, has a different depiction on it. So they are very, very beautiful to use. And now let's see what your chakra energy is for this time. Gemini, September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Gemini. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Gemini. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly. Fantastic, these three. So we're going to start here with determination. And you have this wonderful, brilliant determination guiding you forward. This is the solar plexus chakra. You're going to have a lot of gut feels about things. You're going to be like, I don't know why I need to do this. I don't know why, I'm heading in this direction, but I know I need to. Really follow your gut feel. Even though at times you're going to feel like you're swimming upstream. You're going to feel as if you're battling, a lot of negative emotions, a lot of doubts, a lot of fears that you might have yourself. During this time, this is a time to really look at your goals and say, yes, I can, instead of no, I can't. And you have a stubbornness to you, this way of looking at things, Gemini, that is really quite beautiful, really quite focused and single-minded. Then we have the root chakra here. This is balance, and you're finding yourself coming into balance, and you're going to find yourself needing balance with yourself, the masculine and feminine energy of yourself, the twins, coming together with both sides of you being in harmony. You're going to find that you are needing balance between home life and work life. Those balances can be getting a little bit, you can see things getting a bit kind of too blended in together, like The colors are merging in, and that's not going to be what you need. You need a balance. You need clear boundaries, clear, understanding of things. And with your determination, because you are so very focused, this can lead you to feeling out of balance with yourself, with what is at the root, the most important thing to you, because you're so focused on the bigger picture. So that is going to be something during this time to be mindful of. And then we have here family, the root chakra. So this can be balance within your family is going to be highly important to you, balance within those who have become like family to you as you move forward. But this is your truth. This is your roots, and your roots are really coming out during this time. There we go. How do you ground yourself? What do you see? What is it that you want? Who is truly important to you? And who do you have to say at times, you know what? You're on your journey. And we might be at odds right now. And you have to walk that journey in your truth and in your way of being. And I have to walk mine in my truth and my way of being. Now, with the tarot, the left-hand side, this is your inner self. The middle is your emotional, the heart, okay, right here. And the right-hand side is your public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have strength coming through. This is a Leo energy, a time frame of July 23rd to August 22nd. Then you have the Page of Swords. You are coming through. You are represented by the swords in the minor arcana, and you are represented by the lovers in the major arcana. And you are coming through as a student. You are taking a lot of things in, cutting through doubts and fears. Heartbreaks, pains, and doubts do come up with the Three of Swords. There are wounds that you have been carrying with you, Gemini, that you're going to be seeing here through your strength and through the lessons that you have learned, and also your determination of learning, the expanse of your mind. You are seeing that you're not held back the same way that you once were, and you're also facing a lot of the heartbreaks, a lot of the pains, a lot of the disappointments that have defined you for so long. And then we have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords, you have a lot of your mind here coming forward in your inner self. You're really thinking things through. And the Ten of Swords can be overkill. You can be thinking about things a little bit too much, really kind of focusing on hurts and pains a little bit too intensely. But for me, I've also come to see the Ten of Swords as each year for 10 years. You get that stab, you get that hurt, you get that wound that defines that year. And a lot of times we like to look at the year as defined by really, really good things. But what teaches us, what moves us forward, and it could be a small little knife, it doesn't have to be a big one, or a small sword, but it still gets the job done. It still leaves a scar. So here with the Ten of Swords, it's looking at those hurts, it's looking at those pains, it's looking at those disappointments, it's looking at the pain that is living, and it's not letting it get the better of you. You've actually come to a new mental cycle, a new way of seeing things because of everything that you have been through. We have the Five of Cups. It leads your heart to changing your mind and changing your whole entire life, looking at what you love instead of regrets and heartbreaks. You have the Four of Wands, which is a celebration that cannot be denied. No matter how it comes forward, it is, whether it is upright or reversed, this is a celebration that is an absolute part of you. This is a celebration as beautiful, as profound as a wedding, and it is a celebration of your joy, of your successes, of the way that you move forward. This is also new job opportunities coming forward. This is a new outlook on career, on the way that you want to move forward in life, and deeper relationships with yourself and those around you. You then have the Seven of Wands. You are working hard, you are determined, and you're also going to see here, not who to give your energy to, but at times you are opposing things. You do have people, sitting there saying, what do you stand for? Where do you want to be? And you need to pick your battles wisely as you move forward. You need to kind of conserve your strength. And then it leads you to the Three of Coins, your prosperity coming forward. Then we have the Eight of Coins, your hard work, your dedication, your determination. It does pay off. Even though, and this is in the public arena, and this is where we like to see the Eight of Coins, prosperity, success, bounty coming forward. And it has been hard work, it has scarred, and it has been overwhelming at times. The Three of Cups, now I see the Three of Cups a bit differently than most people. The Three of Cups here, because of the story behind it, it is saying, yes, look at the people who celebrate you. Look at the people who are on your side. But you have also been scarred. Okay? There have been hurts and pains and disappointments, and people who were supposed to be in your corner, who you thought were in your corner, who just dropped the ball and who really let you down. And so here it is it's kind of coming to terms with those you can trust, and with the sense that, people will let you down, people will hurt you. And you're coming to terms with this in the public arena. And you're coming to terms with this with yourself. And you're going to find that you count on yourself a lot. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, though you might think it is. You might think, oh, I have to be more open with things. But there is a sense here of trusting. But there isn't this blind trusting. There is this sense of trust being earned and not giving away your trust blindly to anyone. And that's going to be very important because you have the Two of Cups coming forward. And the Two of Cups is the Minor Arcana Lover's card. It's love, it's determination, it's healing. And it leads you to the King of Coins. It leads the Knight of Coins. It leads you to defending your wealth, your prosperity, the seeds that you are planting, and the bounty that is coming forward. And so here, there are times where, doubts and fears and anger can kind of get the better of you. And you can be rather fatalistic, especially to yourself during this time, where you'll sit there and you'll think, it's just never going to be the way that I want it. My heart calls for the Four of Wands. It calls for it. And yet, I see the heartbreak, I see the pain, I see the disappointment, and I may never get there. And that's going to be something that you war with within your heart. But you pick your battles wisely, and you see that prosperity does come. So that is something to just to be mindful of. Right? So let's see the people who will aid you, Gemini, during this time. Who are the people who will aid Gemini? September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Gemini. Who are the people who will aid Gemini? September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Oh, fantastic. These three right here. We have the Princess of Swords in air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is somebody very sweet. This is somebody who is learning the extent of their power, their blessings, their truth, their knowledge. And this is somebody who kind of cuts through barriers, who has a very open heart and has a way of seeing things. Now, this can also be somebody who doesn't always choose their words as wisely as they should. They can be a little bit blunt, they can be a little bit sharp of tongue, but this is a person who really comes from a really good place. Now, these people who aid you and also that you need to be mindful of, these are people who you might not know in real life, but they inspire you in one way or another. And this is through their words, this is through their mind, this is through their way of taking things in. Okay, the Princess of Swords really does speak to you, Gemini, because you both speak the language of swords, which is very intellectual, which is very, communicative. Okay, like just a lot of information being shared. You're going to be like, the more information, the better. There's a sweetness to this person that cuts through a lot of the negativity within this world. And there's a power to them that you are drawn to. But they can be a little bit sharp or a little bit blunt at times. That's just the way of air signs. And then we have the Princess of Pentacles. This is somebody who is very, Spirit is saying cautious. It's not timid. It's just somebody who is more cautious with their finances, who looks at things and brings up really good points. The way with the coins is that they can make connections that most people do not. So this is a person who is rather young or has a very youthful energy about them, and they make very interesting connections. They pull things together that you yourself would not have normally seen. But there is a cautiousness to them, and it's a cautiousness mixed with timidity. So it's like they go back and forth, like they're too timid and they're afraid to walk forward. And then another way is that they sit there and they're just like, no, I want to really think this out. So you'll go through thinking that they are too timid or that they are really planning things out. And so here with the Princess of Pentacles, you're seeing somebody really thinking about the seeds that they are planting, really thinking about the wealth that they are calling forward into their life, and in the information that they give into your life too. And it's going to be a different way of seeing things. It's going to be a powerful truth that leads you and guides you. And then you have the Prince of Wands. This is the Knight of Wands in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And this is a person who is very passionate, very determined, fiery of nature, meaning they have a lot of things that they absolutely love, that they are excited about, that they see, that they call to them. And this is going to be somebody who really moves forward at a speed that entices you, because Gemini, you are represented by the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight. And of course, the Knight of Wands is the second fastest moving knight. So the speed that this person is moving forward, the way that they are making connections, the way that they are calling to your passion, and the reason that you get out of bed in the morning is really going to be enticing to you. It's really going to call you towards where you want to be. And they're going to kind of say, well, don't sit in a rut. Don't hold yourself back. Let's move forward. You want to be a bit cautious, a bit more mindful about things, but you want to move forward with their speed and with their understanding. And then we have here the Strength card. And this leads, as you're moving forward, it leads to strength. And you're going to see that with your inner self, especially since you are really coming to terms with and looking at heartbreaks and pains and disappointments and kind of the more kind of unsavory aspects of life. And it's not that life is going to be unsavory, it's that you're being really true to yourself. And as you're being true to yourself, you're seeing the reasons why you were held back. You're seeing the reasons why you doubted yourself. You're seeing the reasons, the nightmares. You're seeing the hurts, the pains, the disappointments. Now, whether this is from your DNA line, whether this is from past lives, whether this is from this life, you are seeing things and you are making connections, and you're knowing that there is a strength to you that when you usually look at yourself, you don't see it. You're like, oh no, I'm not strong. I'm not brave. I'm not, I'm not angel. I'm not able to conquer what is set before me. And this is really calling on your angels here. That's why Spirit had me say that. And as you call upon your angels, as you connect, you see that the greatest strength that you can have is the strength of kindness, the strength of compassion, especially for yourself, the strength to walk the path that you love and not always be led to and doubted by fear and, colored by fear. It's walking in the strength of yourself. And this isn't saying that sometimes you don't have to be a bit harsher, because sometimes you do. But as you move forward and as you embrace the strength that you want and the place that you want to be, you embrace yourself. And there is a strength to you, Gemini, that's going to surprise you. There's a strength of character, there's a strength of determination, there's a strength of power. And it leads you. You would think that this would lead you to being a king or a queen, but it leads you to being a student. And it takes a lot of strength to be a student, especially when we're adults and we think, okay, we should know it all, and asking questions might not seem to be the best way forward. But you are astoundingly curious. Now, this is, of course, the Gemini way, to be astoundingly curious. But you are sometimes mercurial in this curiosity. You flits from one place to another because you're gathering up what you need. And it might seem to others like you don't have a plan, but to you, you do. And you're being a student of that plan. You're being a student of your power. You're being a student of what you see and what you desire and the way that you want to move forward. You're cutting through doubts and fears, and you are connecting with the messages from divinity, from your angels, from your spirit guides. You're going to see that you are guided, especially if you just kind of sit back for a moment and connect with whatever deity, speaks to you and say, let me follow this path. Let me follow the path of truth. Let me follow the path that I need to walk within my life to help me to accomplish my goals, to set me apart from others, to let me walk in my truth. And you're going to see that that's very powerful for you. And as that power comes forward, divinity is going, and I laugh because it's just such the way of it. Divinity is going to have you face the hurts, the pains, the disappointments, the doubts, the fears, the anger that have held you back, that have made you think, oh, I can't move forward this way, that have made you question yourself, that have made you look at things very differently, very profoundly, and have made you be too hard on yourself. Because you're going to see, as you look at these hurts and these pains, these things that color the way you see the world. So it's kind of like looking through glasses. It's instead of rose-colored glasses, it's gray glasses, and it's just seeing things a little bit dimmer. It also makes it so that if somebody hits that nerve, like let's say you were always ridiculed for one thing or another, okay? And somebody always yelled at you about it. It made you astoundingly sensitive. That became something that triggered, the sensitivities triggered the hurt, the pain that was implanted within you. You're learning here within your heart, to choose your battles, to choose what you take offense to and what you sit there and say, well, you're a fool. Why should I mind what you say? That leads to healing love. That brings you together where you need to be. And so here you're going to see that. And you're going to see it more, meaning that the hurts and the pains that you've kept in a little box, hidden away within yourself, they come up. And you might look at it and say, well, why? Why does it make me feel this way? Why do I doubt this? Why can't I move forward the way that I want to? And you're looking at this. And with the Three of Swords, we have to face the Three of Swords in order to live the life that we want, in order to be the person that we want to be within our life, the person that our soul is calling to us to be. And it leads us to the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is overkill, okay? You might be going at things and just being like, I'm going to go for it, I'm going to get it, and you might be looking at the hurts and the pains and letting them become a little bit bigger, kind of like monsters within our minds, a little bit bigger than they need to be, right? Focusing on it a little bit too much. And you might sit there and say, well, I want them to feel sorry, because this is the darkness before the dawn. I want them to feel sorry, I want them to understand what they did. And here's the thing, they won't. Seldom the people who really hurt us, first of all, would care that they hurt us, or would feel a little bit of glee because it makes them just a little bit happy. And here with the Ten of Swords, this is the darkness before the dawn. This is the time of hurt and pain and doubt and fear, before the power, before the knowing of yourself, before the coming into your own. Because the dawn comes. And as this dawn is being called to you, and as you're seeing the power of you, you're coming to terms with things within your mind. You're seeing the lessons that have been learned. And yes, it leads to this dying away of the old self, right? Because we are never the person we once were. If you look at a child, and if you've ever watched a child grow, they change, they evolve, they become themselves. And then the world, as they step out into the world changes them and evolves them and, makes them look at things differently. It makes them look at themselves differently. And sometimes, it's easy to see it with somebody else, but that same evolution of being, that happens to us. And so here with the Ten of Swords, there might be a part of you that really wants to go back. That really wants to take out one of the swords and say, I didn't want that lesson. I didn't want that pain. I didn't want that hurt. And divinity is saying, it's not your choice, which is a very hard thing to learn because it is not our choice. Whether how we get to be hurt by this world is our choice, how we let that define us. And what you are doing here within your heart is astoundingly powerful because you're changing your mind and you're changing your whole entire life. You're going from looking at pains and hurts and disappointments, doubts and fears, the Three of Cups, the way I see it. And you're turning around and you're seeing the Two of Cups, the Minor Arcana Lover's card, the card that sings to you, your soul and yourself, that heals you, that moves you forward. And as you do so, as you change your mind and you change your life and you see that there are still blessings out there for you. They might not be the blessings that we ourselves have anticipated, but they are the blessings that divinity says, this will heal you, this will guide you, this will make you more. And it opens you up to love. Now, for some of you Geminis, you're going to be rather hard on yourself, especially during, everything that's going on in the world, especially if you want love within your life, okay? You might have a very kind of fatalistic approach, a fatalistic look at this. And I laugh because, I definitely understand it, where you sit there and you look at all the reasons why it'll never come. This happiness, this joy, this prosperity, this success, this sense of being contented with yourself. And the Four of Wands is telling you, this is part of what your heart is moving towards. This is part of your truth. This is part of your passion. This is part of your power. This is a celebration. This could be a very small celebration. This could be also learning to celebrate yourself, learning to fall in love, learning that the twins within you, twins are always two, can fall in love. Can be a strong, united front. Now, I'm not talking about lovers. I'm talking about that love of really close siblings, that love of twins. And it is the power that is moving you. And it is the beauty that is guiding you. And you are seeing that there is more out there than you had realized. And you are embracing that more. You're embracing that truth. You're also going to see that within your career, you're looking at things differently. You're inspired a little bit more. You are going to kind of trust yourself a little bit more. All right? Within your life in general, doors are going to start opening to you that you thought would never be. This could be moving house. This could be, looking at your house and kind of saying, your home and saying, well, I need this to be more me. I need this to be more comfortable. And you are embracing a truth within your soul is coming forward. And as it comes forward, okay, and you are a student of yourself, and this love, this beauty comes forward, and you start to radiate with it, which starts to bring you love, which starts to bring you what you want within your life. And again, during this time in this world, it manifests itself differently than we are used to, but it's still going to manifest. And then here, with the hurt and the pain, it's being very wise with what you let hold you back and what you conquer. It's standing your ground and knowing your truth. And it is conquering things one task at a time. It is also not rising to every occasion of doubt and of fear and of negativity. And with the Seven of Wands, with this sense of, not being anybody's doormat at all, of defending yourself, but also knowing where you're just going to waste your energy, the people who are never going to understand you and who are never going to celebrate you. This then moves you to prosperity and a calling of prosperity into your life. This moves you to unlikely allies. This moves you to an unlikely way of moving forward. This moves you to a sense of prosperity and abundance within your existence and within yourself. Now you have the repeat. You actually have 3 threes here. So that is a divine number. 3 is a divine number. And you have here the sense of things coming to a head. And that's going to be so important to you because you're feeling as if there's more, because there is more. And you're feeling as if a way that you had once defined things is no longer right, because divinity is truly empowering you here, having you see the doubts and the fears that you carry, but also letting you know that blessings are coming, that your hard work and your perseverance is paying off. And you know this within your emotional self. And in the public arena, you see this. You see your hard work, your dedication, your prosperity paying off. But as you see here, okay, she is weaving prosperity out of thorns, out of nettles. And that is what we do, because this world is not nice as much as we would like it to be. And we learn the best, as, contrary as this might feel to what we want from life, we learn the best when we face our greatest challenges, okay? And here, you're facing those challenges, and you have been facing those challenges, Gemini. And you're creating prosperity, and you're creating it through impossible odds. And those impossible odds are the odds of living. The odds of living in prosperity and purpose and bounty within this world that wants to pull us from our course, that wants us to doubt and fear and to give up and to say, oh, okay, well, that's what success looks like. I should be more like that person. I should need to get this or that in order to be happy. And this is saying, now you are embracing your prosperity, your happiness, your bounty. The world is seeing your hard work, and you're not doing things the same way as everybody else. And what is truly important to you, what is truly worthwhile to you, may very well be overlooked by those around you, but is not overlooked by you. This is wealth or something you value as much as money, and having the strength to turn away from the negative, to embrace the positive of emotions and prosperity and self, and create the bounty that you want within your life, and to move yourself forward. And it takes hard work. And there are times where you're going to want to just walk away and say, it's not worth it. But here's the thing, Gemini, it is. It leads you to knowing who truly celebrates you and who doesn't, who's truly on your side and who's not. But again, you've had people who are supposed to be in your corner. They could be parents, grandparents, teachers, aunts, uncles, lovers. They were supposed to be on your side. And they just couldn't be. And they hurt you. They hurt you because either they disappointed you when you were really small, or because you gave them a trust and a part of you that you do not normally give, that you did not give freely. And they betrayed it. And it makes you gun shy. It makes you sit there and go, oh no, I'm not doing that again. And here with the Three of Cups, it's knowing who's in your corner. And it's knowing who's not. And this can be people that you've wanted. Those people that have hurt us and scarred us. But we sit there and think, oh, if I'm just good enough, if I'm just nice enough, if I'm just everything that they want me to be, they'll love me again. They'll celebrate me again. They'll be on my side. It could be that best friend that you lost. Or that person that you always wanted to see you. And it doesn't matter how they are related to you within this world. But here's the thing. Sometimes people are here to show us what we never want to be. And also to show us that our hearts are stronger than we think. And then that is to look then at the people who are truly on our side, who are truly there for us, and see how valuable they are, how priceless their love and their truth. And it's also being cautious. Cautious with who you give your heart to, who you trust, and knowing that these are treasures earned. And as you see this, you have the Two of Cups. You have the Minor Arcana Lovers card. And I love how you go from the Three of Cups to the Two of Cups. You have that countdown. And you heal. And this is Gilgamesh, and I forget the other person's name. But it's healing and it's coming together. It's a power that is great. And it is a force that is deep. And it is a healing, beautiful love, a truth, a compassion, a power. And that is what you are embracing here with the Two of Cups. You're embracing this beauty, this love, this understanding, and this harmony. And it comes in after this pain, after this doubt, after you've sat there and thought, is it all worth it? And it tells you right here that yes, it is. And you are moving slowly and steadily in wealth, in prosperity, in bounty, in what you value. The Knight of Coins, he moves slowly. He just does. He's the slowest moving knight because he moves in knowledge, understanding, and truth. He moves in determination, in grace. And he makes sure that as he moves forward, the seeds that he plants and the harvest that he brings about is worth it. This is the defender of the seeds that you are planting, of what you desire within your life. This is you seeing more, branching out, leaving behind fear. Because for me, the Pentacles, they start to see connections within things that it's hard to see when we're not in Pentacle mode. So if you have Earth sign energy within your chart, okay, this Earth sign energy is going to come out very prominently within you. If you're born on the cusp with Taurus, this Earth sign energy is going to come out very strongly within you, Gemini. And it's a sense of grounding. It's a sense of focusing. It's a sense of seeing things together, seeing how they come together. And what's so beautiful is that it's like seeds being planted by the wind. And that's exactly what it is. Because you are air, okay? And this is earth. And so you are planting things in a way that People would normally look at it and be like, well, how does that go together? Why would that be there? And it's because you have this vision and you've been through so much. You've experienced so much within your life that you have broken boundaries, doubts, and fears that keep others chained. So let's go deeper. Gemini. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Gemini. Show me more deeply, Gemini. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Gemini. Show me more deeply, Gemini. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Gemini. Show me more deeply, Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me deeply. Guide this reading and show me deeply. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Okay, these ones? Oh, wow. Okay. So you have 4 extra cards that fell. The spirit is saying, put them down. Which is more than a whole other line. So that's really quite interesting. Let's look at the people you are to be mindful of during this time. Gemini. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Gemini. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Gemini. Who's Gemini to be mindful of? September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Gemini. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Gemini. Who is Gemini to be mindful of? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. These 3. So we have the Death card, Scorpio energy. This is going to be a person who is very secretive, okay? Who has a deeper knowledge that you want, and you want to connect, but they're not going to. They're very much in, they have a lot on their plate. And if they overextend themselves, okay, they'll have a tendency to sting, because that's what Scorpios do. You know, the animal, Scorpios. So here, there is this sense of this deeper knowledge, this deeper understanding, but they can be rather vicious at times. So this is why you are to be mindful, because you might think, oh wow, you know, we really connect, we're really getting on, but there is then this viperness that comes out of them, this poison, and that's just not going to be what you want. So just be mindful of that person, because they are going to come about and you are going to think, wow, we really get on. And you know, you could even say, I don't understand why everybody else has difficulty with them, or something to that effect. And then it's like, no, they strike and you're like, The Lord, this is Aries energy. This is a time frame of March 21st to April 19th. This is somebody who's astoundingly stubborn. This is the Emperor energy. They believe that they are right, and they do not have any give whatsoever. They are right, and they are moving forward in their righteous rightness. And that's just it. This could be a boss. This could be somebody who's just like astoundingly stubborn during this time that you're coming up against. And it's not even worth having an argument with them. You might think that, you know, if they just see your point of view, the thing is that they're not. They're not going to see your point of view. They're just stubborn. And that is entirely it. You're also going to be kind of impressed, though, with that stubbornness, with that assurity, with that emperor mentality, that lord mentality. And you're going to think, wow, you know, how do I learn how to be more authoritative like this? This person isn't necessarily authoritative. Right now, they're kind of tyrannical, and you don't need that. And Gemini, you don't do well with that energy, excuse me, at all. And then you have the King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is somebody who is just, again, they're just too stubborn. This is somebody who thinks their plan, because they've mapped it all out and they see the connections, but they see the connections that they see. They may not see the connections that you see, but they're not going to give you kind of the time of day. They're going to sit there and say, I am right. I am seeing this correctly. I know what's going on. I am moving forward in this truth. And it's like, okay, cool. But look at this, look at that. And they might only be concerned with the bottom dollar of it all, with the bottom line. And you're going to want them to really open up and see more, because you can see a vaster prosperity and they cannot. You have the Six of Coins, the Sun, and the Fool. The Magician, oh, I love that. The Page of Wands, a student of your prosperity and your power. You have the Four of Swords. You need to see everything that you've been through, Gemini, and give yourself honor for that. Then we have the Nine of Cups, a celebration and a beauty. The Emperor coming through. Okay, so this could also be, there could be a very young fire sign energy, Aries energy in your life that just shines so brightly within your existence. And then we have the Three of Coins, your prosperity, your bounty. We have the Ten of Cups, and they all live happily ever after. That's beautiful. The Knight of Swords, this is you, and you live happily ever after. You move forward. You fight for this. This is what you want. This is what you desire. The Queen of Cups is a heart's truth, a soul's truth. The Tower, you've been through tower times, and that definitely comes through. And it has felt at times that all your joy, all your beauty, all your prosperity, all your bounty has been eaten. But it hasn't. It hasn't. This is a change that divinity said, I need you to change this way. I need you to move forward this way. And you weren't doing it. And so there was a rigidity to you. You were kind of like, I'm comfortable, I'm good, I'm nice, like we as human beings get. And divinity said, no, there's more. And you're going to see that what has felt like, everything's shattered. It's actually more coming to you than you had ever have imagined. And the Six of Coins, Six of Pentacles, this is a balance of prosperity. It is. Because you're going to see that people have their hand out. Or you're going to feel like everybody has their hand out. You have to give. You have to do things a certain way. Or, Gemini, you're going to feel like you have to give more in order for everything to be okay. In order for everything to be happy and prosperous and bountiful and beautiful. You're going to feel like it falls on your shoulders. And you can see this with money or what you value as much as money. There has to be a symbiotic relationship. There has to be a give and a take. And once you see that, and once you see that there is strength with laying down boundaries and understanding those boundaries, the sun comes. And the sun comes as you see the darkness that has to find you. As you become a student of your mind, you start to find a radiance to you, which can be really kind of overwhelming because the sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. And as the sun shines on you, there is this brilliance, this joy, this prosperity, this bounty to you. But there's also this heartbreak that you're dealing with, this despair, this sense of I'll never get to where I want to be, which we see here in your bonus line is absolutely where you're getting, but you're just not getting there through any means you thought. This isn't the way you thought it would be, but this is the way of your knight in your heart, of your soul and yourself, your mind and your being. And so here the sun shines, and it shines so differently than you had expected, but so powerfully. And people are going to want to take you by eyes, are going to sit there and say, well, why not me? Why not me? Why can't I have this bounty in my life? Why can't I have this in my existence? Why do you get it? It's because you've worked for it. But they're going to try and steal it away. Don't let them. Don't let them make you feel guilty, because you're going to be battling with guilt and doubt and negativity within you already. Don't let other people add to that, because they're just being vipers. Yeah, and that's the thing for this time. Beware vipers. Beware vipers within your mind. Beware vipers on this earth, because you're moving forward and you have an end of a cycle within your mind. And the fool can be seen, yes, as foolish, but only the fool can tell the truth. Only the fool can move forward. Only the fool can do something so utterly uncharacteristic, as to go after their dreams, as to go after what they desire. And that is what the fool is for you. It is a start. It is a seeing that, nobody might understand why I'm moving forward this way, but I do. And it is being foolish enough to be courageous, because to jump to take that leap of faith, there's only one thing that is certain, is that along the way you will fall. And you will fall multiple times as you take this leap of faith on you. And people will say it's foolish to keep on doing it again. But it's powerful because you have not lost faith in you. It leads you to the magician. As above, so below. As you think it, so it becomes. As you feel it, so it is. The magician is the power of the 4 elements, bound by man. The way we use them, the way we control the existence of ourselves. And we move ourselves forward. As above, so below. As you think it, so it becomes. As you believe it within your mind, you feel it and it pumps through you within your heart. How are you defining yourself? What are the emotions that you live with? How are you moving yourself forward? It leads you then to being a student of your passion, of your desires, of your fire, of your brilliance. This is what warms you heart and soul. This is like a really good cup of tea. And you're seeing this fire come forward. And it's having you look at things anew. It's having you not come to things with preconceived notions or prejudices, what we accumulate over time. And it's saying, let the fires burn them away. Let your passion be your guide. Let your determination, let your insights guide you to what is more, and to what you need, and to what you truly desire. Because as you do so, you start to see, and you start to get messages, about this fire that burns inside of you, about the core of your being and what you want and what you desire and what you need. And it leads you to the 4 of Swords, where you have to give yourself respect for everything that you have been through, every heartbreak, every pain, every disappointment, because life is a battle, it is a war, and we fight it against ourselves. We fight it with ourselves. Either we can lose ourselves to everything the world says we can be or should be, or we can find ourselves as we go against that current. And that it's part of your determination here. It's a very large part of your determination. With the 4 of Swords, you cut through the doubts and the fears. You cut through the anxiety. You cut through the sitting there and wanting to put more and more upon your shoulders. And you give yourself honor for everything that you have been through. Hurts, pains, disappointments, doubts, fears. And you say, I am moving towards something greater, because you are. You then have here in the public arena, you have the 9 of Cups. You have a radiant beauty. You have a brilliance. You have a really large coming together of things, and you're seeing it within you. But what's more is that other people are seeing it within you, and they find it very inspiring. But you're going to think, okay, well, I'm not quite there yet. There's still more to be done. I still have to, put more upon my shoulders. I still need to push a little bit harder. The 9 of Cups is wishes being granted. It is, things coming together, things falling into alignment. It is beauty being seen. Let yourself see it instead of marring it by doubts, fears, and negativity. Because as you see this beauty, you become the ruler of yourself. The Emperor is the ruler of your destiny. I always see the Emperor as King David in the Old Testament. And he's this beautiful bridge between, Greek gods, Roman gods, and then Christ. How things move forward. Because Greek gods, Roman gods are rather malicious and nasty and very human, but with superhuman powers. They get vengeful and spiteful. And Christ, of course, is perfect. And both of these things are 2 very huge extremes that can seem, you can't always live, well, you could live much more easily in pettiness than you could in such sacrifice. But here with the Emperor, with King David, it is a person who strives for more. It is a person who sees their shortcomings and who says, I can be more. I can move forward in a greater truth. I can connect with divinity and see the doors opening. And that's what you're doing here. That is really what you're doing here, Gemini. You're having that faith and that power within yourself, because a negative emperor is like Nero, who played his fiddle as Rome burnt, who just doesn't care. And that's not where you are, nor where you want to be. But at times you are going to feel like, I just don't care. It's so hard. And that's when you have the 3 of Coins coming together. That's when you start to see your prosperity, you start to see your bounty, and your heart also starts to heal. And this is knowing the power of you, the truth of you, the determination of you. And it's moving forward, being a lord, being an emperor of your existence, and having that connection with divinity, having your angels guide you. Because your bonus line here is, and they all live happily ever after. It's beauty and truth and power coming together. It's love and it's harmony. It is a joy that you want within your life. And it doesn't have to be everybody else's idea of happily ever after, but it is yours. And it is so profoundly you that it is powerful. It is brilliant. And it brings you to an end of a heart's cycle. And as you embrace this brilliance and this bounty and this beauty and this truth, you become a knight, a defender of your mind, your soul, and yourself. You cut through the doubts and the fears, and you give yourself wings. You can be a little bit rash at times, so just be mindful of that. And then we have the Queen of Cups, love and harmony coming in, joy and beauty and brilliance. The Queen of Cups is a water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. But it is also kindness, compassion, love, and brilliance, a drinking deeply of the cup of healing. And as you do so, you see yourself. You see yourself standing with the tower, or standing at the tower, or the fact that life has been a tower time more often than it hasn't. And you see the rigidity that you have left behind. You see that you have fallen into awakening, that divinity has guided you towards something you had never expected, but fits and is you. And so as one phase of your life has crumbled away, a new phase is starting. And it won't be the same, but it will be so much more than you ever expected. And it will be powerful. That's definite truth. So let's see what your spirit animals have to say. Gemini, September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Gemini. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Gemini. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. All right. These three. We have here the wolf spirit. Turn knowledge into wisdom. And that's what you're doing, Gemini. That's also a main point and part of your life. To turn the knowledge that you are given into the wisdom that you live. And the truth that you move by. And that's brilliant for you. It then leads you to the squirrel spirit. Believe in yourself. I love that. Have believe. I don't know if you can read that tattooed on my arm. Because whenever I look at it, it just tells me to believe. Have terrible time like doubting and fearing and, worrying. Just believe. It always makes me think of the, Arthur the Aardvark, on PBS, where it says, believe in yourself, because that's the place to start. And that really is the place to start. Believe. See the seeds that you are planting and believe in you. And then we have the seahorse spirit. Watch and wait. Everything is not going to come to a head as quickly or as, as quickly as you thought it would. Watch and wait. Because things are going to come together in a way that is really quite outstanding and really, really beautiful. Watch and wait. Also, if you see these animals in the wild or an image of them, it's just your spirit animals tapping you on the shoulder saying, hey, Gemini, remember this message. So I always think that's really beautiful. Okay. So let's see your subconscious message for this time. I love it, the cow spirit. The miracles are endless. And you're going to be seeing that within life, within yourself, within the beauty of the changes that are coming. The miracles are endless. They're not going to be, firework miracles. We always want firework miracles. We want the miracles that all the neighbors can see and ooh and ah over. These miracles are gentler, they're calmer, they're quieter. And they fill our lives and they fill our days. They really do. In a million different ways. It's being open to these miracles. Your subconscious people message is the Chariot. This is Cancer energy, a time frame June 21st to July 22nd. No one can tell your heart what to do. When you love, Gemini, especially during this time, when your heart is committed to something, it is committed fully, openly, and honestly, and there is no stopping you. So be very mindful who you give your heart to and what you put your beliefs behind, because there's a power to you that is unstoppable. Let's see your chakra message. Inner child, the heart chakra. Remember to love your inner child, and that your inner child deserves love. That there is a beauty to you. And at times we forget, or at times we sit there and think, oh, what a foolish child I was, or, oh my gosh, I can't believe. But also, for a lot of us, we've been scarred as children. And even if you had the most perfect childhood, there can be still scars that you carry. And it's just visualizing yourself kneeling before you as a child and holding your arms open, saying, I love you, and I will always be here for you. I'm the one adult who will never leave you and who will never disappoint you. I hear you, and I stand with you. This leads you then to your subconscious tarot message, which is the moon. I love that. I absolutely adore this picture, this image. And the moon, of course, is Pisces energy, February 19th to March 20th. It's facing fears. It's moving forward, seeing the beauty within the shadows, seeing the beauty within the night, the symphony of the moon, the symphony of the night around you. It is not letting fear hold you back. It is knowing that fear is a part of our existence and a part of ourselves. It's embedded in us. Our ancestors stayed alive because they were smart enough to be afraid of certain things. Don't go that way. That way leads a bit to a bear. Don't eat those berries, you'll die terribly. Don't pitch a tent over there. Or don't, roll out your sleeping mat over there. So here, it's knowing that fear keeps us alive. But it's also knowing that in our modern world, we don't have to really worry about bears or poison berries, or where to roll out our sleeping mats. It's knowing that fear can become overpowering because it's not something you can prepare yourself against. You can't fight social anxiety. You can't, build up walls that easily around what other people think. And for you, Gemini, that is so important. Because Gemini, I'm a Gemini, we can conquer the world as long as we stop putting so much credence into everybody else's thoughts upon us and put the credence in our thoughts and in our connection with the divine. That is where our power lies. And that can be the hardest steps to take. Subconsciously here, you are facing your fears. And we see this consciously, you are also doing this quite brilliantly. It can feel overwhelming, but there's a brilliance to the night and the silvery call of the moon. The softer lights, they really do call to you, Gemini. To go deeper within this subconscious message is the Knight of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, there we go. You have Pisces here, you have Cancer here. Water energy. Being a defender of your heart. This is the second slowest moving night. So this isn't running at things full speed. It's slowly and steadily defending what you love and what is you. You defend your power, you know your truth, and you walk in that truth. And it leads you to brilliance. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we move forward, knowing that Our past cannot hold us back, or it does not have the right to hold us back from the beauty of the present. That fear of the future can be crippling, but we will not let it stop us. That we are moving forward, understanding that yes, we have changed. But we have changed in a way that has brought us power, that has brought us understanding, and that moves us forward to a truth that we might never have seen before. We're moving forward in strength of self and beauty of purpose. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and harmony, Gemini.